Is this lucky number 13 on the episodes?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Gotta make it a good one. Welcome to the Free the Cage podcast, where we lock into a free state of mind each and every pay week. I got my main guy, my ace, my left on my right this week, Shawn, better known as Mr. Senor Lee on all your socials.
You know.
And me, I'm Kenny, known as Ken Kapnick on all those socials. But today, man, it's April Fool's, man. Wasn't too much funny since the last pay week, but Joe Biden, man, he been skipping leg day. It seems like, you know what I mean? He was trying to get up them Air Force steps, and they kept fucking with him, man.
Yeah.
They kept fucking with him, man. But,
it sure was.
But, you know, other than April Fool's follies, how was your last 2 weeks, my guy?
Last 2 weeks was good, man. Women's History Month
Yes.
came to an end. We had a lot of good events, you know, and it was really cool, man. It was really cool. I think the toughest part was all of the Asian American hate that's been going on.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But we'll get into that later. Put a pretty dark cloud on it.
How you wanna start today, man? It's a lot of stuff on the docket. We got some funnies, got some politics.
Yeah.
Got the randoms. Man. You know what? Let's get the COVID out the way.
Yeah.
Because you know what? Because every time you think it's behind you, it's not. It's always around the corner. It's coming up. New York State, some extra vaccine eligibility is coming up for anyone and everyone. Over the age of 50, of course. I believe you should be pretty good to go.
Yeah.
Whether you're essential or not, as long as you got a driver's license over 50 years old, you're good to go. But go get your shots if that's something you want to do, of course. Please go do it.
Definitely.
You got options. Moderna, Pfizer, J&J, given the one time.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, man. They open shit up. A little at a time, but they still opening shit up.
Yeah, man. Like, I know as of April 5th, so in 4 days, Cuomo's talking about extending the curfews on the bars, the billiards, you know what I mean, the restaurants. So
the owners need it. The restaurant and bar owners need it. They taking
definitely,
hits.
definitely,
They're
definitely
taking hits if they can't give you the goods after 10 p.m. Man.
Indeed.
Taking hits.
Indeed.
Taking hits.
Yeah. So once they start to open that stuff up, that's really gonna help the places that you go to, economy, all that good stuff. But just staying on COVID, I'm hearing that with Moderna, they're starting to test the babies.
It's funny you mention it. I read something not too long ago where Pfizer and Moderna there was some early studies or research, so to speak, that the vaccine itself the documents are starting to come back. COVID's been around now for about a year. For a pregnant woman, it takes 9 months. You give birth. They want to test the baby. But it's been incredibly effective. And it's helping out. It's new moms, pregnant moms. It's something they're trying to integrate into the existing system. But so far, research has been pretty positive.
Yeah. So far, so good.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so far, so good. And right now, I mean, if anybody's hearing anything crazy about the vaccines, because we already know there's a lot of myths around vaccines, and right now the biggest myth surrounds the new J&J vaccine, where they're talking about cell lines from aborted fetuses being used in the vaccine.
That's nasty.
Right. So supposedly some Christian groups found this out.
Not the Christians.
Yeah, and they're trying to put it out there like it's some sort of, oh no, we can't take this because it's against everything we're about. People, please listen to me. Just make sure you do your research.
Please do your research.
Do your research before you listen to these people.
First and second, gotta do your research. On the nasty side of COVID, this Cuomo guy, man, I hear he's been sneaking family and friends through the back door to get the vaccine, man. And don't get me wrong, you know, he's in a position of power.
Yep.
You know how it was when we was younger, you know, working in the sneaker stores. You made sure those got your size. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
That's it.
But it's nasty when you're the mayor of New York, man. You can't be doing shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's nasty. They said he snuck his brother on CNN in. I was like, oh, I thought he was essential.
Man.
Like, he's giving us the news every day at 9.
Yeah,
But nah. They got Cuomo on that along with the other things that are pending. But he ain't leaving, so we can't get rid of him too easy, man.
He already said it clear. Like, I'm going nowhere.
It's rough out there. Nowhere. It's rough out there for COVID, man. If you got it, get better soon.
Yeah.
If you had it, stay safe. If you didn't get it yet, keep that mask tight. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's in one of 3 boats right now. You know what I mean? But everywhere you go, COVID is coming to a zip code near you.
Yeah.
So be careful. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Rough out there. Back to April Fools, man. What was the best April Fool's joke you ever experienced, whether you went through it or performed it yourself?
The best one was done to me.
Hate when that happens.
Yeah. It was really fucking sad, man. Like, it was probably about 9 a.m. I get a text from my girl at the time, and she's like, yo, we gotta talk, right? So, I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, around that time, we gotta talk, put some fear in my heart, because I don't know what she's gonna bring up.
Every time. You know what you did in the last 48 hours.
Yeah. So, we're talking about the MySpace age. Like, there was a lot going on at this time. But anyway, so we finally get on the phone, and I mean, she's dead locked in. Like, she's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, I went through my phone today, and I got a text message from this girl saying da 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 da, and I'm just like,
came to her as a woman.
Yeah, son. I'm like, what? I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, what are you talking about? She was like, nah, yo, she sent me pictures with you and her and blah, blah, blah. And I'm there like, nah, son. Like, I'm defending the shield at this point. Like,
it's not just you. It's every man on the block.
You're going to have to show me. She was like, all right. But you know what? I want to talk about this face to face. So I'm like, shit. So I'm driving over there sweating, man. I'm like, was I at a party dancing too crazy? Like,
catching all the red lights on purpose.
You know what I mean? Like, it was the longest ride, and she didn't even live that far.
Damn.
So I finally get there, and when I get out, she was like dead serious. So standing outside the crib. So I'm like, oh nah, like this shit Lil, like she about to drop some shit on me. And dead ass, man, she just starts cracking up like, nah, I ain't got no shit. I just want to fuck with you, April Fool.
That's not funny, man.
Nah. It wasn't funny at all, man.
Said I almost ended the relationship prematurely and didn't know what was going on.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh, man. That's funny. Happy it was just a joke.
Yes.
On my end, though, it was a joke that definitely went too far amongst the group. It was back in high school, back in Port Richmond, out in Staten Island. I'll never forget it, man. It was bio class, right? A couple of, teacher stepped out, said, oh, I'm going to go to the lab across the hall, get a couple of samples, we can look at it. We were all like, cool. He steps out, door closes behind him. Mm-hmm. One dude's like, yo, let's lock the door on him. April Fool's shit. You know what I mean? We like, I don't know, man. I don't think. All right, fuck it. Right, so they grabbed the broom that was in the back of the classroom and wedged it up in between. You remember the old school doors had that little funny V-shaped item for fire alarm purposes on the back or the top of the door? Wedged something back there so you could open it, but you couldn't open it all the way.
Yeah.
I'll never forget. Mr. Roadshow. He comes back with samples in his hand, tries to open the door. He jamming. It's only like, and then the door cracks open fine, and it's only like 4 inches. And he had glasses, so all we saw was like his eye just looking through the class. And we like, everybody sitting there, hands folded. He's like, open the door, guys. Just whatever you do, open the door. Nobody's moving. Open the door. Like, you know, he starts getting madder and angrier. And nobody's moving, holding last. Like, and after, what was that movie with Jack Nicklaus where I don't know if he's looking through the door. Yeah, and he's just like, come here, Johnny, some shit like that, right? Oh, he's looking and looking. Then he finally, like, kicks the door open. The fucking broomstick pops up in the air. He's like, who did it? Who was responsible? Everybody just like, I don't even know how that got there, Mr. Rocho. Like, I'm sorry you had to experience this situation so early in the morning. He's just like, and it was too many of us. There was some good kids, some bad kids. Like, it's a whole class of people. You can't point nobody out. He had a good feeling on who it was, but you can't single one guy out. So, but that might have been the funniest April Fool's that I was, you know what? I was there, but I wasn't a part of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Like, it's interesting. It could always take a good or bad turn.
Yeah, every time. Oh, man. What else I got over here? How you want to walk into this one? Man. All right. We gotta let the people know what we're thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Top 3 basketball movies. Like,
yes.
We know we're gonna hit you with the sports edition. This isn't that. Just a quick question for those that happen to love the sport, but also love cinema.
Yep.
If you combine both aspects, you might have a pretty good movie. What are your top 3 b-ball movies all time?
So number 1 gotta be, like, I could watch this every day. Sunset Park.
Bam. All right.
Sunset Park, number 1.
All right. I respect it.
Number 2, gotta go with White Man Can't Jump.
Forgot about that. Okay.
Yep, White Man Can't Jump.
He still didn't dunk, but...
Nah, yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And, of course, number 3, and it was tough not to make this number 1, but I had to go with History, right?
Mm-hmm.
He Got Game.
He Got Game. Okay.
That's my top 3.
All right. Not mad at that.
Yep.
Jesus. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yep.
Ray Allen. I forgot. I didn't know what his real name was at the time. I just thought his name was Jesus Shuttleworth.
Everybody was.
I thought his name was Jesus Shuttleworth for mad long. I was like, oh shit, Jesus in the league?
Yeah,
Was this a real movie? Was he really in Coney Island? Is that girl really pregnant? Did she get rid of it?
And
so college was real.
And if you ever, like, he did a book, and in his book he talked about the fact that he never thought about acting. So when Spike Lee was looking for someone to be in a movie, he ended up just reaching out to Ray, and it really just kind of worked out that way.
Clicked together. That's dope.
Yeah, man.
That's dope.
Yep.
Dope movie, man. Happy they did it.
Indeed.
Happy they did it. Me personally, I'm a sucker, man. Got to put it up there. Loving basketball. Man. Have to, cause Sanaa back then.
Oh hell yeah, no doubt about it.
She's still a crush today.
Yeah.
But the fact she was hooping, and she lived not even across the street, next door. That was dope. That was super dope.
Yep.
Loving basketball. Yeah, of course. And then you know what? Nah, above the rim, Birdie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was tough.
We're not losing this game.
That was
you know what
tough.
I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Gotta get Tupac in there for that one. I think I'm gonna go with Jesus Shuttleworth as a distant number 3 though.
Okay.
I can't not pick Jesus Shuttleworth in the top 3 basketball movies.
That's solid. That's solid.
I'm gonna go with that. Little romance, little bang bang, little mixture of both, no guns.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Like, it was hard. Like, when I was thinking about this, I was like, damn, like, there's a lot of, like, basketball movies I really love. Mm-hmm. But when it really came down to it, I was like, nah, that's my top 3.
All right. Not mad at that. I respect it. I respect it. 2021 just started.
Uh-huh.
What is a fear that you've always had that you might have put on your fake back burner, resolutions list of a fear that you'd like to overcome by the end of this year?
Good question. I must say zip lining.
With or without net?
Oh, without net, yeah. Without net, like, I'm talking about, like, you just let go and your ass is zip lining across, like, some woods or some terrain, and it's just you. Yeah, zip lining.
All right.
Yep.
All right. I got 2.
Okay.
probably not going to do both. Skydiving. Everyone should have a fear of seeing clouds from the top. There's no reason that unless you're in a plane with your seatbelt on, there's no reason you should ever be seeing clouds that close. You know what I'm saying? But that's a fake fear that I do want to mysteriously do, but never want to do one day. And the next one is having the courage to walk into my local gym that charges me every month and let them know, yo, stop charging me. I'm never coming. I know I signed up 2 years ago. Listen, man, like, you know I'm not coming back. I know I'm not coming back. But I've been avoiding this conversation for a very long time. I need to just walk into the lady at the front and say, yo, yeah, me. Stop it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not coming. Yeah. I'm not paying the cancellation fee because I ain't come one day. So other than the first day to sign up, please just take me off the list. I don't want to do this anymore. If I do want to do it, I'm going to do it on my own without you. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's a fear I want to get through.
Yeah, and the home workouts are the shit now. Like, literally.
Man. COVID told people that you could do it at the house.
Yeah, like, I've been doing that shit for a year now. Same shit.
You make it look like it's easy money, man. Yeah. You just be showing up, oh, this quick 100 set, in and out. Didn't even have the coffee yet, you know what I mean? Yeah. But, we working it out. It out.
Straight up.
Oh, man.
So I really like this one. Is it more pressure since everything that happened with 2020 and the pandemic, it sat people at home and made them really look at their lives financially and career-wise. It was the year of the career pivot, right? So is there now more pressure to become an entrepreneur? Because I swear I go on social media and that's all I see. So what do you think about that?
I don't think the pressure ever diminished for one wanting to be an entrepreneur or their own boss or running their own business. It's always a lot at stake. You know what I mean? It's you got to get up, bust your ass today and tomorrow, every day. But is there more pressure these days? It might be less pressure because now with remote work taking off, your overhead might not be as extreme if you have like one of the cubicle type businesses that you're trying to create. If it's something that you need people in your face showing up every day, like whether it be like a retail store or a food situation where you need customers to literally walk through your door, come to your window, like, yo, this is what I want. I'm willing to pay you for said service. Give it to me. That's a tough business. If you always had a dream of opening like, something small, but just you something niche, but you need people to come in the door, customers. And people are scared to leave their house still. You can't do it. You know what I mean? You're going to need a hell of a delivery service for whatever you're doing. But easy for the cubicle businesses, but tough for the brick and mortar stores. It's tough to be that right now. Tough to be that.
Yeah, because the reason I asked that is that, last year, or let's rewind it even back to 2019, I barely heard anybody talk about stocks. I barely heard anybody talk about, maintaining a business, learning financial literacy, cleaning up their credit. Like, you heard sprinkles of it, but it wasn't as heavy as it is now. And you know how the terminology is, right? Out of sight, out of mind. If I don't see it, if my main circle isn't doing it, then in a way it really isn't
happening.
Exactly.
Not that it's not happening, but it's not in your forefront.
Exactly. But right now it's in your face. Like once you follow one person, the algorithms start routing you to this person, to this course, to that stock, everything. So that's why I was like, yo, this has to be so much pressure on people because now every one of their friends are like, yo, they're going to legalize weed. Invest here. Yo, the trucking business is dope. Invest here. You should
Dogecoin to the moon.
Yeah. Pharmaceuticals. All these vaccinations are coming. Everybody's like, oh, shit. Like, I gotta get hit to the game. And I love the fact that people are thinking about it now. But at the same time, it's like, for those who are just having a hard time getting a handle on which one to go with, what to do, it's got to be some pressure.
That's the object of the game. I mean, you got to get in when it's bad, then leave right before it gets bad again. It sucks. You live for the wave.
I hear you.
But nobody knows when the wave is coming, when it's going. But some people do, game stoppers. But it's like going to Vegas and gambling, AC and gambling.
Right.
You let it ride on a certain color, hope it happens. If it does, dope.
Mm-hmm.
You might have the urge to do it again, let it ride. But some people just take their earnings and get the fuck out of there.
Absolutely.
And that's how you should gamble. Take what you get.
That's it.
Let the cream rise to the top. Take the cream and get the fuck out of there. Don't be like, is there more cream coming? Nah, bro.
Right.
Put in another stock. Hopefully it works out.
Hell yeah. So, in the same sentence, since you were talking about it, right? With remote work, do you think it will make or break the workforce?
I'm a little flip floppy.
Okay.
It's definitely gonna break it. The whole water cooler talk doesn't exist anymore to that concept. But with Zoom picking up and these face-to-face meetings, you kind of gotta over-listen to whoever you're talking to at the office now. You can't kind of just tap your other coworker on the shoulder like, yo, what did such and such say?
Yeah.
You gotta, you really gotta actually listen because everybody's trying to listen at the same time.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think it brings you better emotionally, similar to like, not catfishing, but how online dating would be. People get super connected without even seeing each other because we speak hours a day, texting back and forth, emailing back and forth.
Right.
So I think it's kind of building that same connection as a form of just being familiar. You know things that are like, oh, you got a dog? It's a dog back there. I didn't know you had a dog. You know what I mean? Like it kind of let you into their house as well with the whole Zoom thing. So as far as the workforce usually gathers at 5:15 and go to the bar. That doesn't exist anymore. So the fun part of the workforce is dead. But the emotional attachment, the getting to know your coworker, so to speak, I think that went up a bit. Just because honestly, you have to. You got to listen more. What's your thoughts? What do you think? Helping or hurting?
I think it's hurting. I think what it is doing is it's removing that face-to-face connection. Eye contact.
Yes.
Getting people to always get on video and then actually being able to finish your sentences has become a challenge now.
Yeah, true.
Like you literally have to create a word that, okay, I'm done talking, so other people know they can go. I've been on Zoom calls, man, where people are just talking over each other, and it's one of those situations where you lose a lot of the communication.
It's Clubhouse.
Exactly. And then, of course, that same intimate connection, you lose the professional piece. You know what I mean? You lose the professional piece. That piece is really the part that really keeps your business thriving. To your point, the water cooler talk, right? Now, you could be talking to someone else in the cubicle, and I'm on the other side of the cubicle, and I hear y'all, and I could say, yeah, when I experienced that situation, I would do this.
The third party interaction doesn't exist
exactly.
anymore. The chime in, that happened to me as well.
Yes.
It doesn't exist anymore.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So there's a big piece that I don't like about this remote work that gives me fear. And we'll get more into that through other shows, but that's just how I feel right now.
But I think I definitely side with you on that, though. I get it, man. It's a deteriorating space.
Yeah, but I like your perspective. I didn't think about that. So let's jump to LeBron. Some business going on.
That man out here making it happen for not just himself, but even the baseball fans. It's funny because before we get to the meat and potatoes of what LeBron's doing on another financial billionaire level.
Yes.
He's a Yankee fan. I've seen him at many a game. I've seen him in Cleveland Indian games with a Yankee hat on. Yes. You know what I mean? So I don't know if he's a diehard Yankee fan, but he's worn the hat in home spaces, so to speak.
Right.
But now with the whole Fenway Sports Group interaction, they joined forces, and now he's part owner of the Red Sox. Him and Mav Carter become the first kind of black partners within that group, and that's a big thing. Like,
Yep.
his whole, it's funny, but like LeBron's always kind of been in your, not in your face, but just always in the news cycle.
Yeah.
Whether it be, opening a school or just having another 40-point game, or, damn, he lost this finals, he won this. He's always in the news cycle.
Yeah.
But ever since that shut up and dribble comment, he's like, oh, let me show you how much more I can do when I do not have a basketball in my hand.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fucking excelling. All kinds of things. I'm a little mad. The whole. It might have been because of COVID, but he stopped the show thing. The little barbershop talk.
Yeah.
But those are super fucking dope. Like,
Yeah,
I'm waiting for him to
they've
come
been.
back with those.
I'm still waiting for the Barack Obama joint.
Wait, he did that and didn't drop, or he still?
It didn't drop. Like, there was a trailer with him finally sitting down with Barack, but I've never seen the show.
Fuck out of here.
Dead serious.
Come on, LeBron, drop that shit, man.
Dead serious. Like, I'm now remembering, like, oh shit, he had the trailer for it. Like, I'll probably check out HBO Max. Maybe it's on there.
Might be. All right.
But yeah, it never dropped officially. But yeah, LeBron James is joining Fenway Sports Group. He already owned 2% of Liverpool, and they're an English Premier League champion. So in joining this group, he's expanding his investment. And James and his business partner, Maverick Carter, will now become the first black partners, as my man stated, right?
Yes.
So with the league rules in the NBA preventing, owning portions of the NBA or WNBA to James, he's earned more than $1 billion in his career, according to Forbes. And he's branched out with a conglomerate that started by owning the Red Sox. And now with this group, he broadens his footprint and could expand even now with the infusion of cash from Redbird Capital. So this brother just continues to do great things. And with this partnership, it gives him ownership stake in the subsidiaries that, of course, include the Boston Red Sox, Liverpool, Roush Fenway Racing, and the regional sports network, NESN. So
I love the fact that when LeBron sees like a rule or a guideline, he doesn't get mad about it. He just finds a new avenue.
That's it.
Because like I believe with NBA players, they say, hey, if you are a current NBA player, you aren't allowed to own part of any other NBA team. Essentially, we don't care how much money you got.
That's right.
We don't care how many endorsements you got, how much we've been paying you over the X amount of years. You're not allowed to do something like that.
Yeah.
So with that happening and him just saying, okay, great,
Right.
I'm going to take all my funds and just buy other things. And when I'm done with this whole, dribbling thing, then I'll come back and buy a team.
Yeah, and I think we should do research. I wonder if the predominant race in the NBA was white, would this rule still be in place? You know what I mean? Because I'm just curious if this would still be a thing, because they know that the highest grossing players are either originally from overseas, or they're black.
Very true.
You know what I mean?
Like
so you would have
4% of those?
Yeah, so you would have a bunch of black and overseas international owners. And it would eventually knock all the white owners out of the table, because it's like they're paying them, they're giving them all this money, and now they're just getting together and say, let's buy the league.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. And
straight up.
yeah, man. I think they're one or two more owners away from that NBA logo going to Kobe, man.
Oh, yeah.
They just need a couple more votes on the board. Hopefully they get the fadeaway one, not the other one I seen a couple weeks ago. I didn't like that one. Oh, man. Back to New York City.
Yes.
Just in case those that happen to listen abroad, this is a New York City-based podcast. This is where we are. We're going to continue to talk about the locals that happen, the good, the bad, the ugly.
But we still love y'all.
We still love y'all. You know what I mean? But this is a good thing for New York. New York City Mayor de Blasio, he is launching a special racial justice commission, strictly tasked with dismantling structural racism and addressing disparities that were kind of developed during the course of the pandemic and things that happened well before that pandemic even came into play.
Okay.
I think it's a big play. I don't know if he's pushing this to the forefront at this very moment because Cuomo is such a bad guy and he's just trying to step on him even more. Or, he finally realizes this is something that should have taken place years and years ago.
Right.
But regardless of the fact, happy it's something that he's starting to put into play.
Yeah.
I don't know if reparations are attached to it, but as always, we'll see.
Yes.
But shout out to de Blasio for putting that in order. Hopefully the commission is something that could start to break down the barriers and put those people in color in places they should be.
Yeah. Yeah. And listen, I hope it doesn't stop there, right? Because if we're talking about laid bare by the pandemic, that was healthcare disparities.
Yes.
It's bigger.
Big time.
You know what I'm saying? Bigger issues. It's not even just the research and the fact that most of the black and brown communities had the most deaths. But it's bigger than that, right? Our schools, our communities, our funding, bigger than that. But, yeah, we'll see.
As always, we'll see. It's New York, so
And,
every time we get comfortable, they raise the fares. So we'll see what happens. Not to hark back on what you said as far as people getting into stocks and whatnot, but as you know, Bitcoin is one of those rising items again, or hot topic stocks.
Yeah, still too hot for my budget. But
I ain't got it. Don't get me wrong. I got a couple dollars in Bitcoin, but I think on a scale, I might own 0.0008882 of a Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the way up, But Elon Musk, him in Tesla, he threw a ton of, I think about I don't want to put a number, but he put millions upon millions into Bitcoin. And the money that he made at the dip he dropped it in surpassed his Tesla profits for the year. So now he's like, dude, I'm so over the moon with the Bitcoin craze. Yeah. He's now accepting Bitcoin as a form of payment for Tesla purchases. I don't know how this works. I don't know if you can recoup if it shoots up after you pay what you paid, but I believe a Bitcoin is at the 58 mark at the moment.
Yeah.
I don't know how much these Teslas are going for, but if I owned one Bitcoin, said, hey, yo, Elon, I want the new Tesla. Bang. Here's my one Bitcoin I just transferred to y'all, right?
Yeah.
Now, you drive off the lot, right? We all know, cars depreciate. If you wake up tomorrow morning and find out the coin that you dropped for 55, 56,000 is now worth 88,000, you're like, yo, I should have got the sunroof at least.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, I gotta talk to Elon. You know what I'm saying? This ain't that. You know what I mean? But I don't know how that works with the whole inflection thing. But
right.
If there is some inflection, hey man, I'm showing it on my .0008. Like, yo, it's gonna be good. You trust it, right? Yo, I'm good for it. You know what I mean? Give me that Tesla key. But shouts to Elon being progressive, doing things that nobody else with that much money is doing. Shouts to him.
Do we have Jim Jones on the docket before I give my response?
Jim Jones. I don't think we got him on the docket, but he's doing things.
All right, so Jim Jones was on Earn Your Leisure, and I love what he said. He said that we got to understand that we control the culture. And right now, everybody is on Twitter and all these stocks thinking Elon Musk is God. So if he says, go buy Dogecoin, go get Bitcoin, do this, do that, everybody runs and does it. And it's like, but you guys are the culture. Look at GameStop. That was a clear example that these motherfuckers don't control shit.
Nope.
We do. You know what I mean? So if you got a solid 20, 30 person group, you guys at least all have one or two very close friends that will follow your lead, and they got two friends and their friends got two friends. All y'all got to do one day is say, we're going to put all our money over here and we're going to make this grow. I'm telling you, man. So it's great that he's doing that if you really want a Tesla and you've got over $55,000 in Bitcoin where you can go and get a Tesla. That's awesome. But just remember that you can build up whatever stock you want. All you need is a good following and unity, and you guys can do that shit.
But think about the kid that, when he was 18 or so, might be 28 now, and he bought a couple Bitcoin when it was like $700.
Definitely, yeah.
They're 55 now.
Yeah.
You just paid $750 for a Tesla, technically.
No, definitely, yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It is
That's
dope. It is
That's
dope. And the dopest thing now is that we can teach our kids.
Yes.
Because I guarantee you that kid probably wasn't black. You know what I mean?
Probably not.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man. Good stuff, though. Good stuff.
Hell yeah.
Want to jump to the randoms?
Let's do it.
Sad news, man.
Very sad, man. So, listen, I'm a very big fan of social media when it's used in the right way. So when I saw this, it hurt. It really hurt to see. You know what I'm saying? And I got to give credit to, I believe it is the rap social media. Mm-hmm. Rodney Hargrove. Brother just got out of jail. Literally minutes out of jail. Was chased back to the prison and fatally shot while waiting for his family to pick him up.
Wasn't out in a whole hour yet.
Nah.
Ugh. Terrible. I don't even know if they caught the person that did it.
It's wild because you know there's 100 cameras out there. Like,
and whoever it was did not care. They were waiting for him for X amount of years because he did some time and said, "Yo, I've been waiting for you to get out."
Yo, I don't know what he did, but somebody wanted to come get you in front of a prison.
They wanted you dead.
They wanted you gone. And they didn't even let the people in prison get you. They said, nah, let him serve his whole sentence. I want him to think he about to be free.
Think shit is Gucci.
Yo, man. Crazy.
But, hey, this is a double-edged sword. Family members, I know he was waiting for a family to pick him up.
Yeah.
Listen here, family. If you do have a loved one behind the wall and they do finally get out, they waited a long time to get out.
Facts.
Don't let them get out and wait some more for you to get there.
I agree.
Wait, yo, come on. I agree. 60 minutes, my man. Like, if they say, yo, we should be releasing at 5, yo, get there too.
And that's wild, though.
What?
Because you make a great point. What if that shit was on purpose, B? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I didn't want to think that.
You know, like, what if that shit was on purpose? Like, think about it. You make a great point. Like, if I know my man's is getting out of jail, like, I've been waiting for him to get out. I'm there. Like, I'm early. Mm-hmm. Like, just in case he get out and they find out, like, he had a fucking shiv under his pillow. Like, nah, we in the car. We out, baby. We going. Like, that's crazy, man. Yeah, 20 years old. 20 years old, young cat.
Man, but
that's wild.
Condolences to his family.
Hell yeah.
Hey, you had to go through that. I know you wanted to see him, but not this way. You know what I mean? But condolences, and we just got to be safe out there, man. Got to be safer.
Definitely. So this next one, man, I mean, I forgot what I was watching, but this shit had me thinking about. And I mentioned it earlier, MySpace, right? So I'm going to show my age here. With MySpace thought of this cool feature at some point to let you rank your friends.
Dangerous game.
You know what I mean? And I think back to when they did it, how cool I thought it was to be like, all right, I'm going to have I think it let you do like 1 to 8 or 1 to like 10 or 20. Like, I forgot the range, but if I think about it now, we were really cool with ranking and telling people where we thought they were in our lives. Like, Facts. You were proud. Yeah. Like, you would be like, yep, of course, either your girl or your favorite family member or friend went number 1, right? Yeah. And if y'all got mad at each other, then you shifted them to like 3 or 4.
You dropped.
You know what I mean? Or if you really want to piss them off, you took them off the whole list, man. But, you never had no real social media, right? Like,
nah, I stayed off the grid, man. Never did the MySpace. I skipped Facebook. You know what I mean? I just, you know what? If it's meant for me, I'll find out about it. You know what I mean? Like, it does suck with Facebook because, you know, with your family and friends, you might forget a birthday here and there. And Facebook will give you that reminder, like, hey, it's such and such's birthday.
Yeah.
I don't know if they still have like send a poke or some sort of tell me you love them thing. But so now I have to really remember birthdays. Like, oh, man, I really have to remember, and I forget them still. But outside of that, I can miss it with that. I could care less about it.
Yeah, man. But it's funny because as you get older, you don't give a shit about stuff like that. But I could only imagine the kids of this day and age with that fucking ranking system. Oh, like it would be insane.
Nasty.
It would be insane.
Well,
man.
Hey, it exists, but it's through OnlyFans. And the ranking now, in order to get to the top ranking, that means you applied the most tip money. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you're my number one fan. You know what I mean? Like, that's a big deal.
That's actually a good thing. Like, they would rank your friends by likes. Who likes your pictures the most? But that's fucking dangerous because I'm married. And if anybody beats my wife in likes, that's a problem for me.
It's a big fucking problem.
That's a big problem for me.
Fuck dinner tonight. It's a whole nother ball game.
Yeah, Instagram, Facebook, please don't get no ideas. I don't need them type of problems. I don't even want to see them kinds of stats. I'm good, man.
Not interested.
Hell yeah.
Dangerous
so
thing.
I had this one on the docket for the last show. Because I thought it was really cool. And they call it deep fakes, right? So with this, what they're doing is they're taking pictures of historical figures. I think they did Frederick Douglass, Harriet Tubman, Booker T. Washington, W.E.B. Du Bois. And they did motions with their faces. And of course it's CGI, but it was crazy to me to see those pictures kind of come to life. And did you get to see it?
I didn't see it, but I was just about to ask a quick question. Is this new technology? Because I know they did the Tupac on stage thing.
Oh, the hologram, right? Yeah.
Same thing or something?
Nah, this is literally like they took like the most famous pictures of these people, and then they used like deep fake technology to make them like blink and look left and right and up and down. I'll send you the link today, man. But
it's a little spooky.
Yo, it was like, so Shawn King, credit to him, Shawn King posted it, and I was like, yo, that's crazy.
You like Shawn King?
I mean, I'm new.
I don't even got a reason to hate him, but I hate him for some reason. I'm sorry, but go ahead.
He hasn't said or posted anything that's made me like not a fan. I mean, I'm still on the fence so far.
I'm on team fuck him. And I can't even give a valid reason why, but he's just not on my favorite. He's not in my ranking of friends. I'll tell you that for sure.
Yeah.
But I wonder if they could use that technology with like with the Mona Lisa. Like if you go to the what's that called? The Louvre. If you go there, you go see her. Her famous portrait.
Right.
And it's funny. She looks straight, but anytime you see a portrait of straight eyes, it always feels like they're following you.
Yeah.
Imagine she goes, "I'm really looking." Like, you know what I'm saying? That'll spook you out. But hopefully they advance the technology, and it just goes beyond.
Oh yeah.
More sad news.
Yo, so of course we know last episode we told you them stimmies was live, them stimmies was hitting, and if you was lucky, they hit with your tax and your payday. You know what I'm saying? And you was up in the hotel like, I need the whole floor, baby.
The king crab.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But hey, listen, with money always comes some very big issues, jealousy and envy. And unfortunately, 4 people were killed in a dispute over this stimulus money. Apparently, an Indianapolis man killed 4 people, including a 7-year-old girl, over his kid's mother's stimulus money. Now, if you remember, we explained to you, if you got your stimulus money, you also got the same amount for each kid. So you can only imagine this man is like, hold up. She about to get paid. I need some of that. And unfortunately, 4 people lost their lives because of this nonsense. I mean, come on.
Like, not only is it a senseless act, but now that whomever is no longer alive, you can't even access the funds. Like, how you gonna?
Yeah, man.
You can't take the body to the bank. Like, yo, she needs X, Y, Z. What are you trying to prove? What does it help? Like, worst case scenario, you're still gonna be in debt walking out that door. That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
That is nuts.
Wow, shit, man.
Another unfortunate, tragic accident. Peloton. Like, they have the they have the regular bikes. You know what I mean? But I didn't even know. But they also have like a treadmill division. Unfortunately, it was a freak accident, and a child was killed.
I'm so sorry I laughed because I thought we was about to go into Joe Biden.
Nah.
This is not funny. I am so sorry, people.
Oh man,
this is how live this show is.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the docket and I see I see Joe Biden, because I have to say this because I know y'all probably like, Shawn is sick. I see Joe Biden skips leg day, and I'm thinking he's like about to make a crazy twist into it, and then I see. Alright, so that's my disclaimer. I'm sorry. Go ahead,
it's
bro.
Cool. It's cool. I had skipped it because we spoke about it earlier. But unfortunately,
yes,
there was a child killed, on a freak accident with a Peloton treadmill. So just a quick heads up to those with treadmills of any brand. If you got a kid in the house, make sure the treadmill's unplugged. Like, you don't want any smoke happening when you're not on it. You don't want any weird things to happen, especially injuries, and then injuries to the magnitude where it can cause harm or death. So, condolences as always to the family, and lock your fucking treadmills up, people.
Yeah, I gotta be honest.
Oh shit, where's the kids?
Our son we had to learn that shit the hard way. Yeah. And he light skinned, man. So it was
the bruising never fades.
Yeah, and then when you know how it go when your kid get hurt. All you doing until that shit heals is explaining shit. Yeah, every event, grandma there. What's happened to my baby?
What's the bump on his forehead from?
You know what I'm saying? Then Dino, then everybody sees them late. It's like you hope the next event everybody's there, so it's one explanation. But every time your kid gets hurt, it seems like every event is a new important person in that kid's life. Yes. It's not everybody there.
Yep.
It's a dinner, then a specific backyard party, then it's like an outing to I Play America, and it's all different people, and now here you are. Oh my God, what happened? Like
about that. Like,
you know what I mean?
Oh man, that sucked. But hey man, builds character. Hey, I tell you what, next time he get on the treadmill, he gonna be checking all the buttons.
He ain't touch that shit no more.
He don't even walk in the room no more.
He looked at that shit and he was like, Oh, he may not get on the treadmill for the rest of his life, man.
That's funny.
Yep.
Other funny news. Are you familiar with the gentleman named Derrick Jaxn?
I'm going to let you take this one. All I've seen is the hilarious memes, but go ahead.
Derrick Jaxn is a self-proclaimed / relationship guru.
Okay.
He helps those in, all walks of life in different stages of their relationship. And he's an author. He's also a women's activist. But, he encourages women what they should do in relationships to better themselves, make them feel better about who they are. Like, if this is happening, do that all the time.
Gotcha.
But unfortunately, Derrick Jaxn, the relationship guru, author, woman's activist, did something that a relationship guru / woman activist shouldn't be doing. It seems over the course of time, he stepped out on his wife. But cheating is one thing. You know what I mean? Cheating is one thing. But what he chose to do at that time and point was have his wife sit next to him, explain to the world via YouTube video, and state to everyone, yo, I fucked up. I cheated. I'm still with my wife. She was mad for a long time. And she just looked like her whole face, the whole video, like she was in a sunken place.
Damn.
Like she was wearing a bonnet. She was not happy to be there. Like, I don't know if this is her regular, like, Tuesdays, I'm out here, that's what I'm doing. But she didn't want to be there. It was sad to see. Yeah. But he goes on, yo, I cheated. I was doing all kinds of shit. Like, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? But yo, I let her know each and every person I looked at, I had sexual relations with, I sexed, you know what I'm saying? Anybody that I was dealing with, she knows about it. We got through it. God is with us, and I'm gonna be a better person going forward. Go buy the book. I was just like, yo, this is wild. And the fact that she sat there through the whole thing, and then he's like, hey, got anything to say? Looked at her and she's like, oh, this is my part. Okay. Yep. What he said was true. I left. I came back and he's squeezing my hand super hard right now. So I'm not going to say anything off cue, off mark. Whatever the whiteboard says in the background, I'm going to read it word for word. But hopefully she gets free of that situation soon. I know she found forgiveness, but some things don't need to be made on display. You know what I mean? But yeah, man.
So if we're talking about faulty relationships, we might as well stay right in that zone, right? Because it's right there. So go ahead, man. Gary Owen.
Gary Owen, the comedian. We love him. You know what I mean? He's a white comedian now. But the black community, we invite him to the barbecue.
Sure do, man.
He's here, man. It feel like he's always been around. He's always been the funny white guy. And yo, I heard he makes a mean baked mac and cheese. But unfortunately, him and his wife, Kenya Duke, of 20 plus years, have filed for divorce. Now I'm a little curious to know, like, does he lose his black card now? Like, if the white guy that you know was white, but might have grew up in a regular neighborhood, you know, he had a lot of colored friends, he's cool.
Yeah.
And then he fell in love with a black woman, married, kids, the whole nine. Does his ranking, not to harken back on the MySpace friends ranking, but does his ranking drop in the people of color list of white comedians? Like,
nah.
Negative. He's down there with Bill Burr.
If anything, he's solidified now.
Yeah, you know what we're going through. Okay. Yeah. All right. I respect
now
that.
He's solidified.
I respect it.
And if he gets her back, then he's certified.
Yeah. Now he's Derrick Jaxn. Now he's back. You know what I mean? That's what's up. Oh, man. But, yo, hopefully Gary Owen and his wife were able to. It was amicable. I know they got kids, but you know nobody ever wants to see a divorce happen, especially on TV.
Right.
But hey man, hopefully you guys are happier in whatever space you're in. That's the only goal at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So this next one, oh man, we gotta talk about this real quick. Then we can jump over.
We here.
Sweetie.
Yeah.
Moved on.
Yeah.
From Quavo.
Told that man to take care via tweet. All right. She said, I hate to get so messy, but it's a messy situation, cause they've been together for a while, hip hop's it couple for the moment, Beyonce and Jay-Z, they're like, got kids, twins, billionaires, Grammys at the wazoo. They're having a whole life, but for the hood, the younger cat, it was the icy couple. You know what I mean? They was doing it big for the the glamorous, so to speak.
Yeah.
She said in a couple of tweets, I haven't been in it for some time. She was on a podcast with Diddy's son, her ex as well. Just not happy in the relationship. She came across some things that Quavo might have been doing, so she felt that it was best for her to part the relationship and move on.
Right.
Put out in a tweet this whole soliloquy, but Quavo, my nigga, Quavo replies, he's like, really thought you was it kind of had a futuresque line to it.
Yes.
I know I'm going to chop it up. I'm not reading it word for word, but he says something along the lines of,
you're not the woman that I thought you were.
You're not the woman that I thought you were. Like, you caught me cheating, but you're not the woman I thought you were. I didn't think you would handle that situation this way.
Big facts.
Then she hit him with the Drake, the Drake probably best album all time. She hit him with the, take care. Damn. But man.
All I'm saying is Offset almost lost Cardi. Could lose her any day now.
Any day.
Quavo and Saweetie breaking up.
Yeah.
This is about to be the best Migos album
Gotta be. Is this the new rollout? We spoke about this, right?
Yeah.
Like, anything and everything is a rollout. So
yeah.
Saweetie might be having an album coming out too.
I'm telling you.
I think she was on the cover of Vogue like the day after she said that shit.
I'm
Like, you know what I'm saying?
telling
Like,
you, man.
everything's a rollout with these rich
Hell
celebrities. But yeah, man. Hopefully she gets on, move on. I know she's high up on the
She's
draft
gonna be
line.
fine. They
She's
both gonna be fine.
You know what I'm saying? I
They
just
both
hope
be
Drake
fine.
doesn't come and scoop in. You know what I mean? He always feels like he's there right on time. Like the Lover Boy album should be dropping any day now.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see, man.
All right, where we going now, man?
You want to keep a celebrity for a little bit?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's
all
do
right.
that.
Self-made billionaire, right?
Uh-huh.
Kylie Jenner. Unfortunately, her makeup artist got into a bit of an accident. Brain surgery was required. I think it was something around $60,000 that was needed. She's a self-made billionaire. This is her personal makeup artist. I'm pretty sure she has many of them, but this was one of the many in her cluster of Make Me Look Better team. The Glam Squad. I don't know if she set up the GoFundMe, but she promoted the GoFundMe to help her makeup artist pay for said surgery.
Okay.
I kind of agree with her, man. Like, listen, like, I know she was getting dragged through the internet where she was like, "Oh, you're a billionaire. You should be able to pay for this. No problem. Easy peasy. Do you know the guys? Are he on your team or not?" They go, "Yeah. Like, I'm a billionaire. I got a big team. Like,
Right.
And I'm thinking it from that standpoint, so to speak. Like, if I do have a big team and unfortunately somebody in my team goes through some turmoil, of course I'm going to help them, but I can't provide for them for the rest of their ongoing life, especially if you no longer can provide the service that I hired you for. Like, if this is a makeup artist who had to undergo brain surgery, not that he's like a vegetable, who knows, God forbid he's not, but I don't want you doing what you had to do for me anymore. Like, you went through a horrific point in your life. Like, you shouldn't have to come out the hospital, recoup, come back, then go, "Hey, you got to shoot tomorrow? Yeah, I'll come right by and fix your face again." You know what I mean? That shouldn't be something that they should have to endure. So, with her star power, she went out, promoted the GoFundMe, and I'm pretty sure as a billionaire behind the scenes, I'm pretty sure she already cut the check to the dentist. I'm pretty sure she cut the check to the doctor, the hospital, whoever needed it.
Right.
I'm pretty sure he wasn't on the table. Doctor had the scalpel in hand, like, $60K, you're almost there. As soon as it gets there, we'll cut it open and make sure you're good to go. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure she paid for it, but being modest, being a brand, so to speak, she's like, "Hey, when this guy gets out, he's gonna need some funds because I can't keep paying him for something I'm no longer gonna ask him to do due to the situation."
Right.
So I side with her. She's a self-made billionaire, which who knows? But
I agree.
I get it. You know what I mean? Use your star power, get your man's bank up, pay the fee under the table. Hey man, I wish you a good life. That GoFundMe is ranking up. You got access to the account. Get the fuck out of it, man. Get your rent paid for the next 5 years.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's it.
But yeah, man, Kylie, man, keep doing what you're doing.
Definitely. So, in the area of celebs, man, I gotta give Kim K a shout out, man. Like, so after everything that's going on with Kim Ye, you know what I mean? Their divorce, splitting. What does Kim do? Same thing she does after every breakup. She levels up. She hits social media with a opal.
What's an opal?
Grill.
What's an opal?
It's like a very, almost like spring Easterish type color. Like pinkish, light blue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
you know what I mean? Grill.
Okay.
Like, I've never seen anybody with that type of grill. Like, they only either get, like, diamond, platinum, or gold, right? She got an opal grill.
I gotta look that up.
You know what I'm saying? And it's fucking, that shit was fucking gorgeous. It's lit. Kim just always comes up after every breakup.
Yeah.
Like, there has not been a breakup where she has lost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think outside of Ray J, Kanye will be the only other dude that, like, survives the breakup.
I don't know. I'm not really good at math, but what's half of 6 billion? I don't know, but it's gotta be a number attached. There's some kids involved slash child support, so I think she's gonna be on the upside of this hill. She'll be
Oh,
fine.
definitely,
She'll
definitely.
definitely be.
But I
She'll
still
be fine.
think Kanye will survive it because
Mm,
he still has plenty of time. Like, this is breakup music now.
this is
We
true.
know Kanye under controversy sometimes makes the best music.
Yes.
So this may push him back into the studio and we may get some crazy hits.
We mentioned last show. Who was it? Sci High. He was
Yeah.
working with him again on the Donda album.
Yes,
Yo,
yes.
man. Mary J. Blige hasn't been the same since she's been happy. Sometimes artists need to go through turmoil to produce
Exactly.
their best work for their
Exactly.
fans. Like
Yep.
I hate it has to be this way, but it's an unfortunate proven fact that I
Yeah.
can't give you numbers on. But it's it's a proven
Yeah, they
fact.
got nothing but time now.
Yes.
They got nothing but time
Yep.
now. They can
Yep.
make shit happen.
Yep. Quavo about to drop bar of the year. But we'll get there. We'll get there.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
You remember the movie Inception?
Yes.
Leonardo DiCaprio, Elliot Page, and there's a few others. But Elliot Page, it's a gentle topic.
Mm-hmm.
She has become the first transgender man to ever appear on the cover of Time.
Mm-mm.
You know, salute to Elliot in that unprecedented endeavor.
Right.
God, I'm gonna get killed for this. But all right, she's a she's a girl biologically that identifies as a man, and
Mm-hmm.
she's taking this role on and going. Everyone has to accept it, appreciate it, move on with their life. I get it, but it doesn't bother me. I'm happy she's living her life, living her truth, getting to where she needs to be mentally because it puts a smile on her face outside and her soul on the inside. But how the society is so cool or quick to go, yo, that's what she wants to do. Let her do it. What's the problem? There are people with other situations or beliefs of them thinking there's something else that they're not. For the white woman who feels she identifies as a black woman, she would get killed in the street. As far as the internet, social media, it's like, what do you mean identify as a black woman? Yo, I identify as a black woman. What's wrong with that? There are women identifying as men, bro. This is the least of your problems.
Right.
At least I'm
right.
still giving birth. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is what I
Yeah.
identify. I'm just curious to know, is there a line? Is it gray? Is it an area? People are okay with people switching sexes, but if someone wanted to identify as another race,
Mm-hmm.
it's a whole nother issue. You remember the whole, was it Rachel was her name? White lady through her parents, but black lady in her soul went and got the braids, did the whole, was it, I want to say her name was Rachel or Rochelle or shit like that, but she got ridiculed on the internet. Like, you ain't black. Those braids are just braids. She's like, yo, I identify as black. I love collard greens. What do you want me to do? And she got killed for it. So I'm just curious to know where the area of you don't want to be who you were born as anymore versus what we will accept and what we will not tolerate.
Right.
It's a thin line, but
Mm-hmm.
congrats to her, first transgender male
Right.
on the cover of Time. Congrats to her.
Yeah, I think that's a great question. Bit different. We're talking about someone who is, so the way it's different is we've been talking about transitional surgery, but this isn't transitional surgery. At least I don't know. If she's just saying I'm a woman who now identifies as a man, that's one thing, but that's something that's been slowly introduced into society, and you make a great point. People are willing to accept that. We're still getting over the PTSD of race, so racial issues.
Mm-hmm.
So we're nowhere near ready for someone white to identify as black. We need to go through a couple of discussions of what that really means. we have to understand that with the LGBTQ plus community, they've been having these conversations for years. Brave conversations, but nobody wanted to talk about race at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Now with George Floyd, all of a sudden, what's been happening for years, longer. Well, I'm not going to say longer, but probably more impactful because it impacted a large group of a culture.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to take some time. You're absolutely right, though. It should be accepted if we're going to accept. If we're gonna be line steppers, you know what I mean?
Habitual.
Yeah.
Habitual.
Yo, you stole it.
steppers.
I was literally about to say that. That's
Right.
my guy. If we're gonna be habitual line steppers, we have to make way for every conversation. And you're absolutely right. We'll dig into that more another show because we could literally go another 20 minutes
just on that. But I was curious. I was how
absolutely.
society would accept man to woman, woman to man.
Yeah.
They won't accept black to white, white to black as easy. And I was just two separate things. I understand it, but we're still talking about something you were biologically born with, and you're changing to something else.
Absolutely.
Some things are accepted, some aren't.
Right. It's just like when Jesse Jackson tried to run for president. We weren't ready. We weren't ready.
Barack just made it.
Yeah.
We weren't ready.
We weren't ready.
We weren't ready.
Yep.
Man, but keeping it, salute to black Viola Davis, man.
Yeah.
She is now the most nominated black actress in Oscars history.
Awesome.
I do have to do my research and see who's the most officially celebrated Oscar actress. I know she's had the most nominations, but I am curious to know this fact, who actually won the most. Because, hey, LeBron's been there the most out of anybody. But Jordan's still Jordan.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean? Number 11 still number 11 as far as the OGs, but...
I wouldn't be surprised if it's her, too.
Yeah, I hope so.
I really
truly
would.
do. Truly do.
Yep.
Truly do. But speaking of people, setting records as always. The Grammys happened a couple weeks back, and Beyonce, man, they show up when they want to. They win in style, and they get out of town.
That's it.
But she set a record with 28 Grammys. I believe she tied with someone else, whoever that may be. We got to get like an applause button.
Yeah.
Coming episode 15.
Yeah.
But she's tied for the most Grammy wins in history with 28.
Indeed.
And it's funny because as much as people hate the Grammys for not celebrating those that need to be celebrated when they need to be celebrated, we still champion those that won throughout all that turmoil. And right now, that is Beyonce. She is the queen bee to be exact. And congratulations.
Indeed.
But as you remember, The Weeknd, he's like, fuck y'all. If I can't do Super Bowl and this, I don't want no part. I'm never submitting my music. Y'all go suck a dick. I'm out of here. You know what I mean? But along with Beyonce winning, Meg also won Best Rap Song, which is big. Like, Houston really did a lot this year.
Oh, yeah.
And it's super dope. Like, super, super dope.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. You know who else got a Grammy?
Yes.
Nas.
Yeah. Shout out to Nas.
Shout out to Nas.
That was big.
He's been dipping and dodging. He's been nominated many a time, and he's always just lost. You know what I mean? But this year, they respected his King's Disease, and he was happy to get Rap Album of the Year.
That's what's up, man. And then Taylor Swift, she won her 3rd Grammy for Album of the Year. This girl continues to just give us gold every time she touches the mic.
Yeah.
But it's so beautiful about her because she's so humble.
Yeah.
Yes. You know what I mean? She treats every Grammy like, oh my God, I can't believe you guys went with me. Like, it's just a genuine feel every time she wins. But listen, if you watch the Grammys, you know exactly what we're about to get into. Now, the Grammys was on CBS.
Yes.
CBS is not known for anything raunchy in any shape, form, or fashion.
At all.
But when I heard that Cardi and Meg were performing, I was very interested because I wanted to see how this was gonna happen. Now I'm proud for both ladies because for the music that they make, you would think it will only make it to a BET, a MTV type
Correct.
award show,
Correct.
but not the Grammys.
Not on Channel 2.
Not at all, right? And for Meg and for Cardi to both first perform their individual hits and then get together and do a song, WAP, on Channel 2. Yo, there was some hilarious fucking memes about the production assistant sweating
Every time.
through
Every
the whole
time,
performance.
hoping there was no Janet Jackson
Yo.
moments. Just please keep all the titties intact.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But I'm glad Cardi cleared it up because when she was moving, I was like, why Cardi moving so stiff, man? Like, she was killing it in that Up video.
Yeah.
But she was like, that shit was like about 18 pounds on her that she had
like
on.
a wild suit on her.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, she's a performer. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
definitely.
Not
Shout
to
out to
harp-
both those queens.
Yeah, not to harping on her old days, but she is a performer. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? She makes sure she puts on the show every time you see her.
Yeah.
Who else won that? Was anyone that won that wasn't deserving?
I don't know, man.
Because the Grammys kind of represented this year. They kind of put those that we put in light on our side of the spectrum. They put them on that platform. So
you know what?
Mad at them.
Lil Baby's performance was dope.
Little Babies was dope.
It was dope.
Little Babies was dope.
Hell yeah.
Killer Mike out there too, like he did.
Yeah.
And it's funny when he did that song, he was like, "Yo, I mean, it's the one time I'm doing this. I'm not a political rapper now. You know what I'm saying?" But the fact that he was able to pull that off at the Grammy stage, that's big, man. That was big. Very Kendrick Lamar like.
Yeah, and then he had Tamika Mallory out there with him too.
That's a fact. Yeah,
She's dope. She's dope.
Man. I do have a random thought with the Grammys.
Okay.
Similar to like the NBA lottery draft, when a player gets drafted to the Bulls and he has the hat, and by the time he walks over to the congratulations stage, they go, "Oh man, we gotta switch hats. Such and such, Charlotte wants you." You know what I mean? Like they made a trade right in between this happening. You know what I mean? Now you switch hats. You're a Hornet. At the Grammys, if granted the board selected that one person of the group to win said award. Now, if that person was selected, comes up to stage, they have a speech, and they feel another one of those nominees that was on said panel were more deserving than they were,
okay,
I think they should have the ability to go, "Yo, granted, the board felt that I was the one that deserved this award, but me personally, I felt and knew that I was going to lose to said person. So me personally, I am relinquishing this Grammy win and handing it over to said artist because I feel, although you guys thought I was the greatest, I'm going to let you know who I thought was the greatest at this category at this time during this year. And I think that person should be allowed to accept said award. I don't know if it would be looked at as like a handicap award or a award with an asterisk or not. But I would respect that just because, it's happened, not to bring up Taylor Swift, Kanye, Beyonce. Yeah. But if Taylor gave that up, Beyonce would be the leader. But whatever. That's another story for another day. That'll be another story for another day.
Yeah. No, I think that's a good idea. I just think that whoever's on the receiving end of the relinquishing might have an issue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're giving me something. Like, nah, man. Like, I want my shit.
Did you not earn it, though? If Michael Jordan got to his 6th ring, beat you in Game 7, but he knew in the back of his mind he took steroids. If he handed it to the other team, did they not win it? If he cheated, or how would you feel about that?
It's still not. It's not the same as actually winning it. Yeah, it's not the same. Like, I totally get what you're saying, but it's not gonna feel the same to the recipient. It's just like with DC. Every time John Jones got, called for using, some substance enhancement,
Oh, Cormier.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
you
got
know what I
got
mean.
other people over
My
too.
bad. Yeah, Daniel Cormier for MMA,
People like
UFC.
Washington.
Right. So he's fought against John Jones, and John Jones was, ruled out for substance abuse and
He did coke,
you know what I'm
man.
saying.
Fuck that. My nigga did coke. Showed up, kicked ass, bro. If he could show up at the octagon, fresh off coke, whip your ass. If Michael Phelps could smoke a bong, come out, outswim you, yo.
Right.
If it's not an enhancer,
Yeah.
but whatever. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. I feel you. So yeah. So that's what happened. Since it was a DQ on John Jones, then Daniel Cormier got the belt those times. So it wasn't the same for Daniel. Like, DC's a fighter. He wants to win. He wants to beat somebody. So the biggest thing about all of that is, when fighters are fighting, they want to earn their win, and that's basically it.
Every time.
Yeah.
One more appreciation I do want to send out. Candace Parker, man.
Mm.
I don't know if people have been watching the post All-Star TNT games when they come on, but man, the finals MVP, league MVP, defensive player of the year, rookie of the year, fucking bombshell, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
She's serving basketball knowledge,
Yep.
looks, and Shaq Spice.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm loving every bit of it. But just want to give a quick shout out to Candace Parker. Love what you do. Keep doing what you do.
Indeed.
You keep the ball moving at all times. Yeah.
Definitely. But a big appreciation to the Noble NY chapter.
Yes. Women's history.
Yes. Shout out to Ramel for sharing this event.
Yes. Big bro.
I was able to attend, and it was really cool, man. It was hosted by moderator Julianne Stapleton. She's a lieutenant with the NYPD, and she's the vice president of the Noble NY chapter. And it featured Rhonda Glover Reese, Donna Jones, Yolanda Smith, Hajir Nuruddin, and all these ladies had great things to talk about. And the best thing about it was leadership. Understanding that at some point, some man literally told these women that they could not have a seat at the table, and they exceeded expectations. And the biggest thing that they thought about doing was making sure that they pulled up young women who were looking to do the same thing. So we have FBI retired, we have a chief of the police department, assistant chief, a special sheriff, superintendent. So really, it was just very powerful to just hear these ladies talk about their journey. And one of the biggest things they talked about was confidence, and how you have to find that confidence somehow, some way to really push forward and really get after your dreams. It was very, very good. And I hope that everybody that attended it got something out of it. It was like over 70 participants. I learned so much because it's just been a beautiful month hearing all of these women speakers come and talk about leadership and share their knowledge with the next generation or the next set of leaders. Because, it doesn't matter how old you are. You can still become a leader in some form or fashion. And it's not about titles. It's just about how you see yourself and how you, lead others. It's big.
Shout out, man.
Yes,
Shout out.
man. That was really good.
Women's history ended up real nice, man. That's what's up.
Indeed.
Should be Women's History every month, but
Every month.
But I ain't here to, either talk of this or talk of that.
Yep.
Yeah, let's jump to the quick entertainment. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I still ain't seen Coming to America. It's on my list, man. It's on my list. But I gotta catch up on Snowfall, man. I gotta catch up on
Snowfall is crazy.
Yo, hey, I had to start all the way over. I'm back in the middle of season 1. My wife ain't see it. Like the new season's out, I'm just hearing people like, "Yo, it's crazy." I'm like, my wife ain't see. I can't be mid-season. She not know what I'm going through. So we all the way back on season 1, trying to catch up. Watch it, knocking at an episode a night. We should be back in like 30 days.
You better than me, bro. I left my wife behind.
Oh,
she ain't got the time. She ain't never gonna have the time. It's impossible.
Damn.
Impossible. I had to eat that one. I really did. But yes, I did see Coming to America. So once you watch it, we'll be able to talk
without giving away the synopsis. Like I get it, It's part 2.
Yeah,
is it worth the 90 minutes of my time? Do I have to see it?
absolutely.
Even though I love the first one, is it gonna ruin it for me?
No.
All right. It's back on the docket. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go see it.
Yeah,
Definitely gonna go see it. Well,
yeah.
I'm saying go see it like there's a movie theater, but I'm gonna definitely scroll down, swipe right, down.
Yeah, there you go.
Matt A B start, then I'll watch it.
Yeah, man.
What's
So this next one, the last blockbuster. So remember last episode we talked about how there was a meme that said Netflix was gonna feature a documentary on the last blockbuster,
Fucked up.
and the meme said, "How you make a documentary about the nigga you killed?" Like,
Had to show up to the funeral, make sure that nigga was dead, man.
so I actually watched it. Like this past Sunday, I was chilling. I was like, let me watch it. So the interesting thing about it, there is one last blockbuster left
Doing what?
in Oregon.
Doing what?
Selling rentals.
Rentals of what?
Of
Ass? How are they
DVDs.
staying open?
I'm serious.
Who has a
There's
DVD
one.
player? Oregon?
It's in Oregon.
They don't have Wi-Fi out there in Oregon?
I'm telling you.
They never had HBO Max, like, ever?
This is the last remaining
They
blockbuster.
still dropping shit on Fridays like they used to?
Straight up. People still coming in the store, all
Wow.
that ass, right? So the interesting thing about it, they talked about the whole strategy, right? So they went into the beginning of rentals. So the interesting thing about it is when they first started, how it worked was movie theaters were selling copies of their movies for like $100. So what happened was the very first person that started it said, you know what? Yeah, I'll buy it for $99, but then I'm gonna rent it. And now that's where the whole rental video shit started.
Gotcha.
Right? So now after that, the way Blockbuster really came around and changed the game, and they said they went right to the rental, they went right to the movie studios, and they came up with rev share. So they said, give us a cheaper price for the movies, and we'll share the revenue with you.
Can't beat that.
Exactly. So that's where they changed the game, and they got multiple copies. The people with the $99 copies, they were only exactly. So the issue was you had to wait for them to have more copies of the movie you want to see.
Gotcha.
That's where Blockbuster changed the game. So now after that, right, Blockbuster became the shit.
Yeah, fact.
You know what
I
I'm
was there
saying?
Every Friday when it was
Yeah, they became the shit, and we know they expanded to video games. They were doing everything. Like I remember the Blockbuster over on Flatbush and Linden. You know what I'm saying? That's where we really used to get all our shit, right? But then, of course, I think it was around 2008 when the recession hit. They had a chance to buy Netflix. Netflix literally said, hey, listen.
Buy us.
Yeah, we have an interesting idea that's going to change the game.
Call it Blockfix.
You know what I mean? And we wanted to come to you guys and partner because you already have the infrastructure.
Yeah.
We have the technology.
Yeah.
We can do this together. Nope. So if you remember around that time, it was Blockbuster, it was
Hollywood
Netflix.
videos.
It was Redbox, all that shit, right? So of course, Blockbuster doesn't take the deal. They laugh at them, whatever. That same year, that's where the recession hit. And I think it was Lehman Brothers or something like really went under. And that's what really hurt Blockbuster because Blockbuster was a public offerings, an IPO. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. So when that hit, that really, it put them in like $1 billion worth of debt. And they could never really recover. So the myth of thinking that Netflix killed Blockbuster, that wasn't really what happened.
Yeah,
according to
it was bad timing.
According to this documentary. So if you remember, I think a little after 2008, I think Dish Network purchased them, and now if you had Dish Network, you had like a Blockbuster app on there and shit like that. But they could never really recover, man.
Damn.
And then they thought the way to save themselves was to get rid of the late fee.
We ain't never coming back with these copies.
People kept their copies. Like, in the documentary, is people saying, yo, I remember going to people's houses and they just had Blockbuster videos just laying around the crib.
Part of the DVD collection.
Yeah, like, it was a wrap, man. Yeah. But
they used to make a killing on
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, it was crazy, but they talked about they went from having 9,000 stores in 2004 to 12 or 14 at the moment they shot that documentary. And I think they shot it maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? But now they have one store left in Oregon.
I guess that was their most popular store in the States.
Incredible,
That's
man.
Nuts.
Incredible.
That is nuts. Shout out to Blockbuster, man. A lot of dope Friday nights in the early 2000s, man.
Mm-hmm.
You made a lot of cool nights happen. Remember
Sure
when you
did.
get the one you did finally pick?
Yeah.
You have to wait online. You go through the concession stand /line and they have the snacks ready for you. Like, ooh, the popcorn, the candy.
It was a whole experience.
And then you hit reality up front. There you go. Hey, you got your card? You go, yeah. They go, seems you dropped that last one off a few days late, buddy.
Yeah.
You have an old charge of $32.28. You go, I don't even want these tapes. I'll be back when I got bread.
Yeah.
Fuck y'all.
Hell
Man. Shout out to the last Blockbuster.
Hell yeah. So I'll run through these next ones really quick, man. The Flight Attendant, make sure y'all check that out. Really good show. Features homegirl from Big Bang.
Is that Netflix too?
That's on HBO Max.
Okay.
Yeah, or even on HBO Demand, I believe.
Yeah,
really good show, right?
Okay.
And now this next one, I've been a big Challenge fan. We're going to move this one to the next show because I really want to talk about this one.
Okay.
Yo.
I'm going to highlight that for the next show.
Yeah, for the next show. And Temptation Island. We're going to move that one to the next show too because I'm going to need a couple of minutes to really dig into those
that
two.
Good?
Yo, that good.
We got to start the show with those.
That good, man. So where you want to go with it now?
A couple things to listen to. Benny the Butcher dropped a few weeks ago. Fucking dope. Harry Fraud. He delivered. He finally spit over some new beats.
Okay.
Happy to hear. I think it's only 9 tracks or so, but I think I burnt that to the ground digitally. I don't know if you can do it anymore. My CD used to do it. But if you haven't heard that, check that out. And The Weeknd, he re-released House of Balloons for the 10-year anniversary a couple weeks back also. And man, let me tell you, like, I still have it on my iTunes that I don't have access to on my Droid phone. But now that it's on, digital services, DSPs, I went back and listened to it, man. I was just like, man, the Molly was pure when this came out, man. Like, it was the best thing smoking when he dropped that. But Coming Down, he had hits on that. But yeah, man, if you're a current Weeknd fan and you know nothing about his past life, go back and hear that shit to see where it started, bro. That shit's still gold. But outside of those, not too much else extra I listen to. Confession. I don't ever go out my way to hear Justin Bieber, like, ever. But let me tell you, this Peaches song, Jesus Christ, he got one. Like, every time I'm in the car, or I'm on the way to work or something, I'm going, go right to Peaches. Out in Georgia, that's my shit. Yo, that shit is hard for no reason. Like, you know what I mean? He got some dope features. Yo, not mad at that. He brought one home. But outside of that, not listening too much, man. Might hear that shit on the way home tonight. Oh, man. All right. Other than that, what's happening before the next show?
Oh, man. What's happening before the next show for me is going to be on the sports edition, so y'all got to go over to that one.
Copy. Okay.
But I'll let you close this out.
Yo, man. Yo, Versus, man. I know Timbo and Swiss, they didn't sell the rights, but they collaborated with Triller. Got some equity. They're running the whole program through them. They still have creative control of the show, but they got a hell of a lineup coming up. You know what I mean? Okay. The next one up in a couple of days is going to be the Isley brothers versus Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Nice.
Now, listen, I wasn't outside. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't outside when these two groups was doing what they was doing. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to tune in because these two groups probably have the most amount of hip-hop sampled songs ever. You know what I mean? So I'm going to watch it more so to go, oh shit, that's where such and such got this loop pattern from. I'm curious. I can't wait to see that one.
I'm just excited about this one because I feel like we need to tell Tiny, my sister, your mother, about this because I feel like she's going to make the best spread.
Ooh, man.
Just to watch.
I'm pulling up in her house in a couple days.
I feel like...
I might place an order.
Like, Ramel, if you're listening, man, like, we need to tell her about this so we can get that spread. This is a Saturday, y'all.
I'm going to place the order. You know, Mama D's Catering. I'm going to place the order. I'm going to place the order.
Matter of fact, this is a Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Like...
Oh, this on a... Oh, yeah, shit. Man. I'm getting some collard greens.
This is this Sunday.
It's going
This Sunday. We need to see this, guys, because she's going to make the awesome spread, man. I could see her already vibing in the living room.
Swiss and Timbo also announced a few upcoming dates on 420, Get High Day. Of course, they got Redman and Method Man.
Love it.
This is a bittersweet for me because Redman and Method Man, yeah, you know, they make the How High movies, but I think Wiz came through and kind of stole that throne. You know what I'm saying? If they're not going to bring Snoop up in this conversation, I think Wiz deserves to be here. You know what I mean? Because he's the current generation as for a better lack of words, the sensible pothead. Where, you know, he's in Oreo commercials with his kid. He's doing great shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know who he would have went against as far as today's time for the 420 thing, but it's Redman and Method Man. I'm showing up for Doc and Cal. There's no way I'm not watching it. You know what I mean? Definitely. And they also announced it's going to be another heartbreaker, but SWV and Escape. They're not until May. We'll talk about them on the next couple of April shows.
But if you look at it, it makes sense, right? Because the weather's getting nice.
True.
They know the kids, the younger generation, probably ain't going to be staying still for no verses this year. Last year, they had no choice, right? Okay. It was quarantine. They was in the house.
Okay.
This year, shit loosening up. They probably not going to have that audience right now.
Okay.
So they're going towards the people who they know probably still sitting in the crib.
Looking through the window, got the mask on.
Exactly.
Not mad at that.
Yep.
I like the rap. I'm not mad at that. That should be dope. But yeah, SWV and Escape, I don't know. I'm going SWV. I'm sorry. Like, Escape got some hits, but I ain't heard from T.I. since, so they did that shit. You know what I mean? But that's another thing for another day. Anything else you was thinking about before we get up out of here?
Oh man, listen, yo. It's April 1st, you know what I'm saying? Happy April Fools, you know what I'm saying? Tomorrow, Good Friday, you know, it's the last day of Lent. Survive, people. Like, I know you're so glad.
You made it this far.
You know what I mean? Like, you about to get back to whatever you gave up. I hope you enjoy it. And this Sunday is Easter. Make sure you enjoy it with the people you love. Enjoy it safely. To all my grandma's out there, make sure you get your favorite hat with the flowers and the curve and all that good stuff.
The big one, too.
You know what I'm saying? Go up in church styling, Grandma. We love you. You know what I mean? And listen, can't wait to see and be around the family this weekend. You know, it's a great time, man. Great time. But it's that time where, unfortunately, we got to tell y'all goodbye, man. You are now released back into your regularly scheduled programming. Corporate life, parental life, entrepreneurship, whatever it is that you do, we salute you. I'm Senor Lee.
I'm Ken Kapnick.
See you next pay week when we lock back in to a free state of mind.